I guess we could just start from the beginning, right? Last August, we were doing the Pop-Tart reviews, the barnyard races, and
Yeah.
you know, everybody was here having a good time. We were all happy, right? And somehow I thought that, uh, well, I guess you guys already know, right? Like, these past several months have not been very good, um, to say the least. In September, I set out to achieve a time that I thought was going to make me feel, whole and happy. I've talked openly on stream about how I've been really sad for a long time, and I thought that doing that would make me feel better. And just in a ruthless, reckless manner, I went ahead and sat here every day for 14 hours and pursued this time until I got it in the most spectacular way possible, albeit, but it was something that people, I don't think, were really, they didn't want to see it happen. And it was one of those things that people were supportive of it, but I got the sense that by the end, a lot of people had just not been here for it because they were probably afraid for me and what I was going through. And that's what we're talking about today. I've made a huge mistake. I guess the question at hand is, the topic today is going to be, do the ends justify the means? And in my pursuit to earn the game more respect, I believe that I've lost a lot of respect for myself, and I've made a lot of people around me worry about my mental health and, what's going on in my head, and, and that's what we're going to be talking about, because I don't think you guys deserve to go on like this, just worrying about me. And the reason why we're talking about this now is because, and it makes me feel worse that it took this long to talk about it, is because last week, well, let's just dial it back even to GDQ, right? A lot of people were here for that. People really enjoyed it. I think a lot of people didn't even know that it was happening because they weren't around the stream. They were just avoiding it because of the way I was, let's just say it, the way I was acting. Because a lot of the things that I said and did, there was no excuse for all of it, GDQ was a month ago, and I think that people thought that after I finished the marathon and I got the time that I wanted, that things would be different, there'd be less stress, less anger and frustration and more responsibility. But that's just not what happened. And I think that, again, just ruthlessly doing whatever it takes to get the time that I want to get, I think that after the GDQ thing, I just didn't think about anything other than the fact that I got what I wanted. And, from then, I guess the response, without thinking about you guys or anybody around the game or the game itself and how the game looks and whatnot, like, if people are able to enjoy it, I wasn't thinking about any of that. I was just thinking about, okay, what I'm doing is working. Maybe I should just keep doing it. And the past month, things have been arguably so much worse than they were leading up to the first 43. I mean, this category is not even optimized 100%, and I'm still just getting more upset than I've ever been, to the point where I was, yelling at myself so much. Because I just found, again, like this, there's so much to unpack here, because yelling to relieve stress has just been like my staple for a little bit, and I've just been doing it because I felt like it was easy enough, like, to get it all out in the moment, just to yell really, really loudly. And what I wasn't thinking about is how abusive it is, not only to myself, because you guys know that I hurt myself doing this. It's also just abusive to you guys, because I think that this is also, again, there's a lot to unpack here, because I think that depression is also one of those things that it makes you really feel like you're alone and you're not, nobody cares about you and stuff like that. So it's easy to think that if you're depressed and if you're abusing yourself, that nobody really cares or thinks about stuff like that, or even, like, what I thought I was doing while I was being this way is thinking that I was just only hurting myself, and I didn't think much of it because I just used the excuse that nobody else is hurting but me. And I've realized over the past week, people just reaching out to me and telling me, like, we're really worried about you. We don't want to see you like this. And just seeing the damage that I've done to myself, and realizing that if I did permanently injure myself from this, that I wouldn't be able to stream for you guys anymore. And what hurts even more is that the first reaction I had when I did this to myself was that everything was going to just go on as normal, as standard operating procedure, I guess, right? Just going on every day and grinding the game. Didn't think much about the streaming aspect of it all. And that's when I really just realized that I'd lost myself, like, that I just didn't care about streaming anymore. And it just sucks that, I don't know if it's just humanity or if it's just me, but you really just need to learn the hard way to learn anything. And it just took me to the literal brink, rock bottom, to realize that I was about to lose everything I've ever built. And it's not just, it's not about me. Because I'm not always going to be here. Like, there's going to be a day when I'm not here. It's about the future of the game and the community and the friendships and the relationships that we built through this game, through this stream. This is where it all started. This game wouldn't be here if it weren't for this stream. And at some point I forgot about that. And it's more than just a game. And the way that I present it and talk about it and abuse myself and abuse you guys, the entitlement of feeling like people will just be here as long as I'm good at the game. And just reflecting on it just fucking sucks. Because I feel like an asshole. I feel like the biggest asshole in the entire world for letting it get to this point. I'm really fucking sorry. It feels so one-sided because I know that people were coming on the stream today expecting me to like, the first thing, like, to hear how my voice is doing. And the fact that people think that this is going to be about me just makes me feel even worse. Because it's not about me. It doesn't make sense that one of the best games ever made is struggling like this because the person who spearheads it is just a fucking asshole. People coming in here and asking how I'm doing and just being rude. Like, taking it out on them, telling them, like, it's fucking terrible, everything fucking sucks. That's not what people want to hear when they get home from work after getting manhandled by their boss or dealing with a shitty coworker. Is come home to the stream that's supposed to be comforting and just have the person they look up to just fucking shit on them. I'm such a fucking asshole, man. I want to be better. I want to try to, there's just so much has happened in the past several weeks. Watching the history videos get played on Charlie's stream, and, I'm thinking about, like, I used to be like this. I used to be happy and good at the game. The best I've ever been at it. Like, inhumanly good back when I was happy. And we were just, just like this. We were just talking like friends, I just feel like I've put up a wall between you guys and me. Like, you don't know what's going on in my head. And this is what's going on now. I don't want to get to this point again. I feel like there's just something inside of me that just can't let me be happy. It's not the game. It's not streaming. It's just something that I need to work on, I need to figure out. But it's not fair to you guys. It's not fair at all. It's not fair to all the people who built this game up to where it is, to act the way I do. It just made me feel so shitty the past week, just sitting in silence and playing the game. And yeah, it's still the game. It's still making me upset, but I'm not yelling at the top of my lungs, and I'm still playing, and I'm still doing fine. I got the first 110, not even being able to express myself and rage. I did all that without acting that way, so I know I can do it. I want to regain your trust, guys. Like, I can't go on like this knowing what I'm doing to you guys. It makes me so happy when people are just talking in chat and just, being the community that we built, just having fun, enjoying yourselves. Even if I'm not talking, sometimes I'm just not in the mood to talk. Whenever I see people talking in chat, it just makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm not alone, And this past month or so, I've just felt alone. I've just felt like it's my fault because I'm just fucking being the person I am. But I want to change that. And it starts today. If I can earn your trust back, if you just, let me try to have a stream schedule again, instead of just streaming whenever I want, justifying it by the fact that I'm streaming for 14 hours a day. That's no excuse for just streaming whenever I want. This is a responsibility. You guys depend on me to come home after a long day and hang out. I can't just fucking start my stream at 5 a.m. I used to never be like that. I used to promise to you guys I would be here, and that's why we're here. I don't want to abandon these things that made this what it is. I don't want to fucking make people afraid to watch because I'm going to get mad at something. I can't stop being mad, but I can express my anger differently than just yelling. This game deserves so much more than what it has. This is one of the best games ever made, and hardly anybody's watching it these days, I think that somebody mentioned earlier in chat, they're here from Charlie, seeing, the amount of respect, and I'm so happy that if, I was always afraid that the first big streamer who noticed this stuff, I was afraid of who it was going to be, and I hope that he hears this somehow. It couldn't have been anybody but him. He's the most responsible, he's just the most responsible person to have been able to show that history video to his viewers. And I'm so fortunate and happy to have it have been him instead of somebody who might have not respected what we do here. He is a really good guy, and I'm so happy that it was him. And he said so many kind things about me and the community and the game. It's just really made me realize that all the stuff that's going on inside my head is just there. It's not really even real. Just the self-hatred needs to stop. I need to fucking change.
Money!
I really appreciate how many people came out here to watch this today, because I need people to hear this. People need to hear this. It's so important that people hear this. I think that right now we have the best moderation in the stream we've ever had. Some of these guys are like, there's such good examples. Rosa, Graphic,
Yeah.
AK. You're all great. In the past, we've always had trouble with getting the moderation on the same page as me. Trying to keep people respectful but not be the fun police and whatnot. Keep things classy. You know, but it's not classy yelling at a video game. It's not classy at all. And you guys are the best for fucking even coming here and listening to me speak after all the shit that I fucking put you through.
Money!
And thank you everybody for all the bits and stuff. Oh yeah, and my voice is totally fine. There's no polyp. There's no nothing. There's nothing wrong with my voice. I just burst a blood vessel. But that's not why we're here today. I just wanted to mention that in case anybody was worried about that, because I don't want to make you worry if that's what you're here for. But I have more to talk about, so please stick around. Zim said it last night, and a lot of people saying it coming from Charlie's stream, because I've gotten a few people in here who saw the history videos, and I appreciate that they were interested enough to come and check this out. That means a lot. They're coming into a stream where I couldn't physically yell or get, rage at the game and people. Even though I was really mostly raging at myself, I would occasionally take it out on somebody, and that's just the worst feeling ever, and I'd feel horrible whenever that happens. But I'm afraid to apologize because it just brings more attention on it. But I'm hoping to not let that be a thing anymore. I'm getting off topic. The stream is going to be better from now on. We're not going to get to this point again. And if I start doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, please just DM me on Discord or something. It helps me to know. And I don't want you to feel like you're alone. Because this community is going to last, and this game is going places. We're not done. We're nowhere near done. I don't want people to think that I'm retiring. I fixed my wrists. My health is back, and my physical health is back to where it was when I'm in my teens. I feel better than I ever have physically. I can play this game so much every day. But what the fuck does it mean if nobody's playing it with me? We're going to keep up with the day streams, and we're going to keep up with the night streams. We're going to... Sorry. I want to start my streams in the afternoon. I want to end them late into the night. I want to stream this game for 14 hours every fucking day until I don't want to anymore. And I have no idea when that'll be, but we've been doing it for months. And we're nowhere near done. And at some point, maybe late night, we'll be doing variety stuff. Maybe I'll speedrun for 10 hours. I'm probably going back to any percent in like a week or so. Maybe we'll do variety in the later hours. No promises yet, but I feel like I need some time to really build this back up and really regain my confidence and get more connected with you guys again and apologize to all the people whose feelings I've hurt. If you want to talk to me about literally anything that I've said these past few months that have made you feel like I didn't like you or I'm just disrespecting you, please just tell me. But I need to be open about something else right now too. The sub goals are stressing me out. I feel terrible accepting money from you guys to do sub goals that happen a year after I make them. But it worries me when I see a sub count like that if I don't set sub goals, you guys aren't going to sub. And that just feels like I'm begging and I'm asking for money. And I feel fucking terrible, man. The sub count would be where it is if I were a good streamer, but I haven't been a good streamer. But it's going to change today. Starting today. You want to see Battle for Bikini Bottom go under an hour and 10 minutes, 100%? See any percent in 42? You want to see Swingerless in a run? We're going to make it all happen. This is the most motivated I've ever been to play the game. And the most motivated I've ever been to stream. Because I love all of you. And that's just why. It's just, I'm such a clueless asshole thinking that abusing myself was going to not affect anybody but me. It's such a foolish thing to think. I don't think that I'm a narcissist, or I might not be bipolar. I could be. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure those things out, but I think I'm just really fucking immature. And I think that just comes with age. Need a moment, because I'm gonna fucking cry. I don't want to make a spectacle of this. Just give me a second to think about SpongeBob or something. Oh, same here. Went through school with ADHD. Wasn't fun. Sucked that I was good at it because I had to keep going with it to make my parents happy and all that. But the only thing I could ever do is this. This is the only thing I was ever good at. Is streaming speedruns and making videos. Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody. I don't want people to feel like they have to be afraid to come in here. It's not fair. It reflects poorly on everybody. So now that we've got that out of the way, I want to talk about some changes that are going to be made other than just my own personality. And the way that I treat you guys and the way that I treat myself. I feel this is the same feeling that I got when I realized that my wrist wasn't permanently injured. For those of you who just watched the history videos for the first time, I was having chronic wrist issues ever since I was working on those history videos, because I was what people also don't know. Not only did I finish the history videos in a week, I finished the first one in a week and a half. I finished the second one in a month. The script was 50,000 words, written in like 3 weeks of research and writing and stuff like that, and had to be rewritten 6 times. I injured my hand during the time that I was working on the third part, the third part. Well, let's not get too carried away yet. When I was working on the second part, toward the end, around the part when I got up to the GDQ segment, or the 59, I was an hour and 20 into the video. It was supposed to be an hour and 40 actually, but I cut it down because I thought it was getting too long. I got tendonitis in 2 spots in my arm, my elbow, and my wrist, from speed running all day, every day, and working on history videos for like 12 hours after that. I was just really abusing myself to get those history videos out before the remake came out, because I wanted people to know where these communities' roots are and what we're all about. And this isn't just a fucking fad or a phase, that we're here forever. But again, I feel like I got a second chance with that, and I feel like I'm getting a second chance with this. This was a wake-up call that I can't just keep doing this to myself and you guys. It was always my dream to average 1,000 viewers speedrunning this game and make a comfortable living without having to like ask for subs and fucking make jokes about money and stuff to get donations and shit. It feels so terrible. If I could have 1,000 viewers and a couple thousand subs, I'd be the happiest man in the world. I'd never worry about a goddamn thing. And I thought, the fact that I even thought that I would just give that all up, give that dream up for you guys and whatnot, just to get a time in a video game, makes me feel so fucking shitty. Because I still want to dream big, and I think that people probably thought for a while the way that I talk about the game, the way I talk about myself, and the way I talk about streaming, saying things like, when I stream this game, it's not even good. You guys will enjoy when I stream other games more. I average more viewers when I play other games because this shit sucks. Just making people hate the game as much as I thought I hated it is so irresponsible. Because I don't hate the game, I have something going on mentally with myself, and it's not the game. Because when I took a step back, when I couldn't speak for a week, and I realized that I was actually having fun. I realized that I was actually enjoying myself playing the game. And just little things like not being able to talk forced me to use gestures and stuff like that to communicate with you guys, like waving and smiling at people. Just smiling at people. Smiling just made me feel better. Even if it was just superficial, it just made me feel better about myself and everything. And it makes me feel bad that I needed to be put on a leash for people to even want to watch my shit. That I needed to have the the inability to speak for people to watch. It makes me feel terrible. So if people thought that today was going to be about me, that this stream was going to be about me and me being healed and me feeling better, this isn't about me healing. This is about this healing between us. Because I don't want this to be, I'm going to keep my sub on shift and check in once a month to see how he's doing. Because I care about him and I don't want him to feel sad. I can't help the way I feel about myself, but you guys make it better. You guys make it a lot better. I've had a sudden realization recently that really changed my perspective on a lot of things, that family isn't even necessarily your immediate family that you're born into. It's the people who care about you. So you guys already know where I'm going with this, so I'm not going to be corny about it, but just want to let you know that I appreciate you all. Colby, you know that the best, man. Appreciate you. And just as a side note, if you got banned at any point, just fucking DM me on Discord or something. If you're banned from my server or something, I'm in the battle server. Just join that and DM me. It just makes me so, like, people come, because there have been a bunch of people who have come here from Charlie's stream saying that they're just really enjoying studying to this and just relaxing and having no idea what the stream was like before I lost my voice. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like a different person. I feel like I've changed a lot in such a short amount of time. Yeah, that's what Zim said yesterday. Really appreciate relaxing and studying to this, and whenever I'm like, 100% world records to relax and study to. I like that. That's a good title. But that's what we're going to do. And I want to say, like, just as your assurance, your seal of quality assurance, I'm not going to yell again. Not just for you guys, but I'm also afraid that I'm going to hurt myself again. I'm never going to raise my voice at the game again. And I'm probably going to be very careful when I raise my voice out of excitement too, just to let you know. I never thought about how important it was to protect my voice, because I never thought about how much streaming meant to me until I lost my ability to do it. Just having a wall put up between us. There was a wall between us before I lost my voice. There was already a wall there. I just didn't realize it until I couldn't talk. But today we're taking it down. The wall's coming down today. Yeah, Moist Critical. You guys know who he is. Great guy. Like I said, couldn't have been anybody but him. He had to be the guy to show people the game. He had to be the guy. And I just thought that I was losing my touch. I thought that I was starting to get washed up at the game. And I've always, told myself, we there's no decline until we lose sight of what made us great. And I thought that what made me great was my ability to destroy the game. But there was something that Charlie said on the stream that it's not just the fact that he pushed the game so far. It's the fact that he's got the personality and people like that and whatever. Something like that. I was there lurking and watching. I really wish that I could have answered questions after, but I just couldn't talk. And it made me so frustrated that I couldn't, I wish I could have another chance to talk to people about those history videos. Maybe when the third part drops, a lot of people will be here. I'll be able to answer questions from them. But I want to talk about that too. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself right now. But right now what I want to do is work on the game. I want to make the game faster. Also, thank you guys so much for the subs. I really appreciate it all. Hopefully I can encourage you to stick around. I don't want to work on the history videos right now. I don't want to do sub goals right now. All I want to do is work on the game. I have a list of sub goals on my desktop that we met. I'll show them to you if you're curious. But when I played Dark Souls back in September, I did not...
Double money.
Thank you guys. I did not enjoy it. I don't think it's even because of the game. I think it's because I couldn't let myself enjoy things. And I wasn't letting myself enjoy the game. I wasn't letting myself enjoy anything. Everything was just a struggle. Everything had to be extremely serious. And it's not the stuff that I'm playing. I just... Oh yeah, and side note, I learned that the PC port for Dark Souls has a fan-made patch that fixes the input delay. So we'll probably give it a try again someday. But I just don't want to do any of that stuff right now. All I want to do is show people that I still have what it takes to stream this game and be a good streamer. That's all I want to do. If you guys can come with me on this journey, and if I fuck up, I'm not gonna put the pressure on myself to say you guys can leave if I fuck up, but I at least really would appreciate if you would tell me if there's something that you don't like. Please be open with me. Just reach out and say you care if you're thinking about it, and you it's for you guys to, and fuck it, it's about me too, because I know you guys want me to be happy too. I made a few changes to the stream other than just myself that I want to talk about as well. Last night we experimented with a noise gate on the game for moments that get loud. I noticed that I didn't want to watch streams of this game because of the loud noise in the fucking skee ball machine. Because I'm working on something and it just distracts the shit out of me when it's going on. So we're going to test the noise gate on it. If you guys like it, we can keep it. If you don't like it, we can get rid of it. If the alerts are too loud, we'll lower them too. If you guys don't like it, we'll change it. I remember, and it's the curse of having a really good memory, is you dwell on things a lot. Somebody asked me if I could lower the volume on SBA. And what was going on in my head is the game is perfect the way it is. This person's out of line, suggesting that I should even lower the volume, and I told them no. Fuck that. I'm not going to even take your suggestion into consideration, which is just rude and unacceptable. And if you're the person I said that to, and you happen to be here right now, you're probably not, because you said fuck this asshole. I apologize. Because the game, it's more than just the game. I am the game. It's always been both, you know? I need to have more self-respect.
Yeah.
Azula, thank you so much. New badges roll out in a month, by the way. Speaking of which, you guys get to see her work again. She does all of our emotes and sub badges now. Yeah, the silver Quickster badges. Yeah, I can talk again, but that's not what this is about. Yeah, I love you guys. You guys are the best. If I ever gave off the impression that this wasn't a dream of mine to stream, like I said, I always wanted to have 1,000 people here watching the game someday. Someday it'll happen. A game this good isn't being held back. It's being held back by me. It's nothing else. It's just me. I have the power to turn this around. You guys too, because it wouldn't be here without you guys either. And any of the people who worked on the game as well. Thank you guys. And we're going to start today. It starts today. And I'll put this on YouTube for any of the people who didn't get to be here today. Yeah, thank you, Absol, man. I really appreciate you. The last thing I want is for people to be afraid to watch the game. So, I just want to say though, I think I'm still going to be, you know, not reading chat in late game to practice focusing when it counts. I'm not ignoring you. I have a resting bitch face, so like, just don't think that I'm upset at you or anything. And one thing I wanted to mention too is the chat has been so much better. This shit used to be a pigsty. That goes back to the moderation. The mods are so good. Twitch has verification stuff now, so like there haven't been nearly as many alt accounts and harassment and bots and bullshit. The past week of just like no bullshit going on in chat. I mean, I've really enjoyed it so much. Yeah, there are more steps to verification to talk now, so it's just been better. Yeah, I don't want people waking up to SBA. I don't want people waking up to me yelling. Because I'm going to be streaming all day, every day for the foreseeable future. And when I'm mentally feeling better, and we're going to do those sub goals,
Yeah.
they're going to be better than if I were to just rush them today. I want this to be able to be a stream you can leave on. If you got friends over, not to be embarrassed of like, why is this asshole raging at this SpongeBob game? I want you to be able to leave the stream on all day. When you're doing all your tasks. Oh, shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said it that way. Hey, Rick. Thank you, ma'am. By the way, ma'am, I've said this before. I don't know if you were watching at the point when I said it, but your passion for this hobby just radiates, and it's really inspiring because I've always been really passionate about this game, right? Yeah. But seeing people like you who just love speedrunning in general, it really just makes me expand my view and try to appreciate more than just this one narrow speck in this vast, beautiful hobby. So, thank you, man. I really appreciate you. Even if we don't talk much, just know I appreciate our friendship. Yeah, man. I didn't realize I'm such a fucking hypocrite too for being upset with people being irresponsible with their influence. I think I've always just lashed on to the moment when I took responsibility for what I said that got me banned 4 years ago with the whole GDQ thing. I think that I've always just like latched onto that one moment and said like, yeah, I'm responsible. I carry myself respectably. I did that thing 3 years ago. But it makes it sound like virtue signaling when I don't keep up with it and I don't try to be a better person actively. Even if I'm not fucking saying slurs. And there are other ways to lose people's respect than saying a bad word. So today is a new day. We're starting today. Starting right now, we're going to start with a practice run of the second half of the game. If you don't know what this is half of a run, and we're going to do this. We're going to get rid of this because I'm never going to raise my voice to the game again because it's not worth hurting myself and hurting you guys. So give me one moment to update the title.
Yeah.
You guys, thank you for giving me a second chance. My lips are so dry because when I put the cotton down my nose to numb it for the camera, I had to breathe through my mouth. But this stream is going to run for the next 12 hours. So it's going to be a little bit shorter today. But that's just because the doc was late and I had a little bit of trouble getting home. Thank you so much, Jared. And thank you for